All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Gets fielded in the end zone.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
53, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Get it.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a big...
If they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really... Defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Safety's creeping. Check 99.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him. So
rush coming, and he's taken down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Hey, box drop. Now.
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Herbert. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for Darius Geis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now a toss. This is Geis. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Haskins. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Lucky. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 25, check 25, check 25. Okay, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. On play action, Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert, it's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Matchbox right. Bravo.
On first down, Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready?
First down, a run with Cohen. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Bert, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
One of the is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender, but in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Protein spill.
Let's go, D.
Snap.
Back to throw. Herbert. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Redskins.
Under 10. 10.
On first down, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he's got room. 34 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Eluding, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
I got you. I got you.
Second down and goal. Haskins. And he's going to go down again. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And a pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Off play action. Herbert. And this is caught by Evans. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake. Herbert. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Evans once again the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
At the 40-yard line.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A final shot before break. Herbert. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Check, crunch, crunch.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey,
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Oh, here we go.
Go on.
Check 15, check 15.
They try again with Cohen. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
80 weapons. Hey, Delta.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's a gain of 3.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 6 on the dump-off, but it'll bring up a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Look at me. Go.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it's caught by Herndon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He finds his target, Beckham. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19-yard run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. The extra point up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go. You tighten up. Check. 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 Put it through. Check. Put it through. Check. Penetration here. Listen. Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20. I'm on. Hey, Mike 20. Mike 20. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On the ground, Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point out from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Hey, shoot!
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, he completes it to Evans. And he'll get this up past out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Let's go, Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Tighten up,
Five. Get it.
On 4th down, Herbert. Flush to his right. He finds Beckham, complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 40.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Matchbox lights.
On 1st down, Cohen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Hey, Team 6.
At the 39-yard line.
Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Exit. Leo.
Rush in.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that's caught by Smith. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cohen. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throw complete to Herndon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
On 1st and 10, Herbert looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. 30. 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.